All right. Shall we? Say it.
I still, like, to me, it sounds like the same as the best of 5. Maybe I need to listen to them, like, side by side.
No, yeah, it would just confuse you way more.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh, it's all gravy.
Hey, everybody. Thank you guys again for tuning in for the Josh Lyon podcast with Velocity Lending. Dakota's not here to say that with you, so I'm super bummed about it, but that's okay. We actually have a wonderful special guest, way cooler than Dakota. We have Miss Trish Minnick. Welcome.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How you feeling about the podcast, about doing this?
I've never done one, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Got a first timer.
Perfect.
Now, Trish is a property manager. Where do you manage property?
We do it all over northern Colorado.
Oh, okay. Who do you what's your company, or who do you
Picket
work?
Fence Properties. It's
Picket.
here in Windsor.
Wonderful. Now, how did you get involved with all that fun stuff?
Well, I actually had my real estate license, and I was doing maintenance inspections for them, and then they realized I was licensed and asked me to start managing properties, and then they asked me if I wanted to purchase it, and I bought the company, and then just kept going with it.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Huge step. And don't mind the puppy that's right here. This is, what's your dog's name, Josh?
Tessie.
Again? Tessie, that's right. She's the newest member of Velocity.
She's very sweet.
She's going to be killing all the loans.
She wants to her dad.
You can use your dog for, like, do you ever see Puss in Boots?
Yes.
Like the eyes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just like, you want this house.
Mm-hmm. Right, we totally should.
Just take her to everything.
I do take her to everything, though. She comes everywhere. It's fun.
We should buy him. Juifi should buy you a purse. That way you just can have him, like, take him everywhere.
I'll take a Merce.
Like Paris Hilton status, with the Chihuahua. Yeah. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the dog. We're here to talk about Trish.
Yes.
Now, how do you know Josh, and how did that work out?
So our offices are a block away. It used to be like 2 doors down. And I just randomly went in there. I'm like, hey, like, my name is Josh.
He randomly went by my window like a creeper, staring into it.
Oh, that's how we became friends too. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, we were working together, and he's just, like, looking at me, like, awkward. No, I know that stare.
Yeah, he's just, like, walking by, like, staring into your soul, and you're like, hi.
And then she ran in the back and got a gun.
No, I did not.
I did that too.
And then he came in with popcorn or something like that, and then told me who he was, and then he just stuck around.
Bull, you stuck around. You're like, hey, you want to hang out? We can be friends.
Yeah.
I don't have any friends.
Now we're really good friends. He makes me do things. So
yeah, it's cool. No, he's a good dude for sure. Now, okay, so when it comes to property managing, like, what goes into that? So you're talking to someone who does not own a home, so that's definitely, I have no idea. So, yeah.
Okay.
Tell me the spiel.
So we kind of do everything. So we have people that own individual properties, and they come to us and they ask us to manage it for them. So we take on everything, like from photos to advertising to screenings to tenant showings, all of that, moving tenants in, collecting rent, going back and doing maintenance inspections throughout the lease and stuff. Any turnover we do for them. We do rent increases based on the market analysis and all of that stuff.
That's brilliant, actually. That just gets it out of the way if you own a home or something like that, or renting out a home or something like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right, you just get mailbox money, have somebody manage it fence to fence.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do that, like, just, like, in general, just
like the money?
Yeah, like my landlords are super cool, but it's just like, if I can just, like, can I just hire you guys to just, like, do all, like, our maintenance and stuff like that? That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, unfortunately they would have to hire us, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, actually, so Trish manages all my properties, so it makes it easier for me. No, she does a great job, and I love the rent increases.
I've always wondered how you take care of that, by the way.
Well, I manage one myself, just because I had a lady in there forever, but she's actually moving out, and, like, by the time this video comes out, she'll be gone. But she's getting that one listed, and what's cool, though, is, like, I've left the rent the same for the last 6 years because I wanted to, like, maintain that relationship with her. And I'll now have Trish manage it and also make more money than if I was managing it myself, where I was at. So, and then I don't have to worry about any of the phone calls and this isn't working, the fence fell down, whatever it may be. And I just be like, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We handle all of that too. Like, we usually ask what they need out of the rent, and then we try to lump our pricing into that so that they're still making money plus what they need to do.
And I typically ask for $1 million a month, but we're well a little short.
Yeah, I tell them now all the time, but it does, like, we have a 24/7 hour maintenance line, so owners aren't getting phone calls throughout the night if there is an emergency. I'm also a licensed managing broker, so then I see the sale side of it as well, and we offer, like, special deals for our owners if they're ever wanting to sell too.
So you're very, very, very busy, it seems.
Correct.
Like. That's insane.
All the time.
And what's really nice, and she does a great job, but I have a lady who we basically had to start the eviction process on because she didn't pay rent. And I fortunately didn't have to deal with that, but Trish is professional enough. I shouldn't do quotes, but she's professional. And I know Trish as a person too, and she's very awesome. But anyways, It was because it was sucks, right? Like they still haven't paid rent. We had to basically start the eviction process, kick her out. She gave the keys back, but I didn't have to mess with any of it. And now we're gonna have it relist. Well, there's showings tomorrow on the property.
Gotcha.
So it just sucks doing that, and I don't have to deal with it.
Wonderful. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, so you said you were licensed before this, right?
Correct.
What kind of got you into like the whole like housing and real estate and all that fun stuff?
I actually ran a construction company in Greeley.
Jesus, what haven't you done? Tell me some of the things you haven't done in your life.
She hasn't done loans.
Yeah, I have not done loans. Math is not my strong suit, so I don't really.
She's never competed in swimming, but she's been in volleyball probably.
No, I've never played volleyball, but I did grow up on a swim team. So.
Oh, I should have flipped him. Dang it! All right.
But I ran a construction company, and they wanted to start flipping homes, and he didn't want to pay a different real estate agent, so he asked me to get my license, and that's how I did it.
Nice. Yeah, that's crazy how you can just start off with that, and it really does branch out to so many like more forms of how to help and how to kind of like help different places and areas and industries and things like that. That's insane.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, you're obviously seem very, very busy. When you have free time, what is it that you like to do?
I hang out with Josh a lot. We just got back from Mexico, but that's pretty much the same. I just work from home all the time.
You have 4 children.
I have 4 kids. I'm a single mom.
Or 72. So,
Josh tells everyone I have 72 anytime we meet anybody. So that's great.
I have 1. She's right there.
But
they're talking about your dog.
No, they're both right there.
I like to be outside. My kids play a lot of sports, so we're always running around to different soccer games, stuff like that, football games, all that stuff.
Nice.
But other than that, just hanging out with my kids, probably.
Very cool. What's some advice you can give maybe to people who are in the situation, maybe trying to inquire for your management business as to what they can do, kind of the stepwise to kind of make it easier for them, but also maybe even make the transition from them doing it themselves to maybe like going with you?
The best advice is just getting your information. Like, reach out to us, ask what we offer, because we have like a whole spreadsheet of everything that is included in that. And then I always tell people to shop around too, just to make sure that whatever you're looking for is what meets your needs.
Gotcha.
And one thing too is, when I was going into it on my own, I think it was the first one that I used you on, I would have rented it out for like $500-600 less than what we got a month. So I'm like, oh, this is good, and I had no idea.
Yeah, and I think that's just in general, just maybe even with like starting a business, not even just like with like management, but just even for us, it's like, how do you price out everything? So it's nice to have someone that knows, like, no, this is the way you should do things, and
this is where rents are currently at, and things along those lines. And it's really good too, because like when I have clients who, hey, you have a house, you want to rent it out, like I can ask Trish, like, hey, how much do you think you can rent this out for? So I can have something fairly accurate for our clients, and not just, oh, I think you can get like $3,000. I don't know. It's not, I mean, I'm not an expert in that by any means.
Gotcha.
So. And that's how we start it too. Like, we give them all the information on what we offer, but we also ask for their address so that we can pull the comps, so we can tell them exactly what the comps are looking like.
Yeah.
So they know right away kind of what we're looking at.
Gotcha. Now, what would you say that is like the one thing that everyone just like doesn't think about when it comes to being a property manager, or managing properties? Like, there has to be that one thing you're just like, oh, I didn't think about like the grass or like the gutters or the roof. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I got one.
I guess that's both of y'all.
I got one. If you have a multi-unit, you have to pay to have the sidewalks shoveled off.
Yep.
Really?
So that is one thing that people don't think about. The other thing too is the laws in Colorado are very strict on what wear and tear are. So some landlords that are self-managing get into sticky situations because they're charging tenants for stuff that they're legally not allowed to upon move out.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. Yeah, like I wouldn't even think about that. I'm sure there's probably more things that I wouldn't think about since I'm not really involved with any of that.
Or emotional support animals and service animals are not considered a pet. It's a tenant, so you can get in a lot of trouble for that stuff too. And that's probably our biggest one. We have to have owners like sign off that they understand that.
Tessie's an emotional support animal.
Do you have the proper documentation?
Yeah, she's over there.
It's crazy you can ask for documentation for that, but if you go to a restaurant, you just be like, okay.
That's true.
That's wild.
Like, she's in my spaghetti.
Wonderful. So what's a good way for people to contact you, or if they want to inquire about these situations, or if they're in a position where they maybe just started getting into like property, owning property and like renting it out? What would be a good way to contact you or get
the best way is just to give us a call at our office.
Okay.
So
what is that number?
970-686-6544.
Nice. Do you have a website?
We do. It's picketfenceproperties.com.
That's a good
And then
name.
if anyone wants to email it, it's just management@picketfenceproperties.com.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's your personal sales thing? Call and scream and yell at you. Just kidding.
I'm not
What's your at, your Instagram, your TikTok, your MySpace? No, I'm totally kidding.
MySpace.
I miss
Does anyone
Tom.
use that anymore?
I want to bring it back so hard.
Agreed.
MySpace was my fave.
I just want to do like top 4 to just piss everyone off.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it a top 8?
I think
It
was
started
the top
top
8.
4, and then I think you like had options at a point where it's like you can do your top 24 because your friends are terrible.
But I would just like the music that you could play. That was the coolest part.
See, I was the nerdy guy who like actually like wrote the HTML for my page. It looked terrible. Don't get me wrong, but I was like super proud. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, I could design. It's really bad.
An amazing person.
But I did forget about Tom.
Tom.
On Facebook. Or was
Tom's
that
living it
MySpace?
up right now.
Tom's MySpace.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Tom, Mark, and Elon now, I guess.
Oh, Tom sold it to Mark, didn't he? I think.
No, Tom sold it to JT. Justin Timberlake owns MySpace.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Really?
Can someone Google that? We need to Google.
I'm not making this up. He bought it like he bought it like about 10 years ago. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he definitely used to. But
I
I'm not
think
sure if he
you're
does.
getting it confused with the movie.
I
The
swear,
Social
no, I
Network,
swear,
because he was on.
I
That.
will bet you $20 at one point Justin Timberlake owned MySpace.
Dakota, will you Google that for
I think our producer's actually doing that right now.
Yeah, our producers.
I'm not getting good service here for some reason.
Thanks, good scapegoat right there,
Does
Chris.
Justin Timberlake own MySpace?
Just type in Justin Timberlake in MySpace, and I promise you'll come out as either bought it or he still owns it.
There's no way.
That was from the Social Network.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, he was an Napster guy.
Yeah, he was the Naps. He was Sean.
I'm telling you, he
Sean
owns.
Parker, yep.
He bought MySpace like 10 years ago. We're gonna keep this podcast going.
I totally.
Pacific Media Group and Justin Timberlake jointly purchased the company for approximately $35 million.
Oh.
MySpace.
You owe me $20, Josh. With that being said, so I was right. So just letting you guys know, G was right for once. It never happens. but
Rare.
We'll definitely celebrate it. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Trish, thank you so much for coming into the program.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll hit you up to manage the property, but I need to buy at least my home first, and then we can talk
Sounds
after
good.
that.
Can you
So-
manage the property he purchases?
Yeah, can you manage my property?
Like the one he's
Yeah.
a primary in.
Can I be the landlord and the tenant in
Right.
the situation?
I mean, it might be a little tricky, but we can figure it out.
I love it.
Classic.
Well, thank you again for joining us. Again, if you guys have any questions, please make sure you hit her up. Where can they reach you at again?
970-686-6544.
And if you have any questions about loans, you can reach them at 970-460-6677. At least Josh. So
www.nocolending.com or 422 Main Street.
There you
Windsor,
go.
Colorado.
And you can find them both on Main Street of Windsor. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have a good day, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, Mom
Shout out
and
to
Maria.
Bye.
Bye. So that's the podcast.
Perfect.